It's great to be here today with the Prime Minister and with fellow Liberal candidates. Canada is at an extraordinary turning point where we can turn from crisis to opportunity because of two things: the grit and innovation of Canadians and the leadership of Prime Minister Mark Carney.
Despite the tragedy of the global pandemic and all the lives lost and impacts that have been felt around the world, there have been real silver linings for cities, and these are kind of really palpable changes that people have felt in their lives. It's cleaner air, less air pollution in cities around the world. People can see mountains in cities that have not seen them in generations. We've had an incredible test of working from home and in reducing work travel, and so-called love miles of travel. Which, I think all of that was at an all-time high for people flying around the world for work, for one meeting on the other side of the planet, or to see family or loved ones. We were in such a pattern of that, escalating and burning a lot of fossil fuels to move ourselves around, and we've had a forced reset of that. And so I think there are silver linings to take from the actual lived experience in our cities and communities that will help to reshape people's behavior going forward. But one decision made by the national government here in Canada to actually support and then purchase the Trans Mountain pipeline sets us back dramatically on the West Coast. That dwarfs the changes that we can make on the ground and the decarbonization we can do in our city if the national government approves massive fossil fuel infrastructure. And that's where real change has to happen. We have to prevent that kind of infrastructure investment, that kind of stimulus, because it will wipe out all of the gains that we can make in cities. And so I'll just switch over, maybe in going back to you, Sephora, the work that you're doing on safe cities and going after the proliferation of fossil fuel infrastructure. Like, now is the time to make sure that doesn't happen as a stimulus piece, and that we actually have an opportunity to really shift to investment in renewable energy, investment in cities and green infrastructure, and making sure that national governments follow through and aren't pulled by the fossil fuel industry into investments that will impact us for generations to come.